Good morning, friends. Today we're going to read from Jesus in the Home. Number 36, The Tough Problem. In the middle of the evening's discussion, one of the disciples wanted to know what the toughest matter to resolve in searching for divine enlightenment was. What could one say was the most complicated problem in the realm of the spiritual fight? After naming a number of considerations with regards to the matter, the master displayed a look of deep understanding as he began telling the following story. There was once a great wise man with 3 young sons who were intelligent and committed to learning. On one particular morning, they were quarreling about what was the hardest obstacle to overcome on the great path of life. At the height of the disagreement, perhaps foreseeing an unpleasant outcome, the benevolent father summoned them and gave them an interesting task. The 3 of them would go to the palace of the governing prince, taking with them certain gifts which would display their spirit of cordiality and kindness. The first would bear a costly vase made of precious clay. The second would take a rare breed of deer. The third would carry an exquisite cake made by the family. The fraternal trio agreed to the mission with the enthusiastic promise of service. It was only a short 3-mile trip, but when they were only halfway there, they began to argue. The bearer of the vase didn't agree with the way that the one brother was leading the delicate deer, and the one in charge of the animal told the one carrying the cake to be careful not to trip and ruin the delicacy. This last one warned the bearer of the valuable vase not to drop it. The small entourage continued down the road with great difficulty because each traveler was commenting on the responsibilities of the other 2 with heated and incessant remarks. At one particular moment, the brother who was leading the deer forgot about his own job in order to correct the position of the clay piece in his brother's arms, and jostled during their argument, the vase suddenly fell and broke to smithereens on the stony gravel. When the vase broke, the distracted guide of the deer lost control of the animal, which escaped in fear into a nearby forest. Trying to prevent the deer from fleeing, the one carrying the cake ran after it into the forest, and the contents of the silver tray splattered on the ground. Disappointed and angry, the 3 young men went back to their father, and each one of them presented his complaint and failure. The wise man, however, smiled and explained, "Learn from the lesson of the road. If each of you had been minding your own business, you wouldn't have reaped the darkness of failure. The most complicated problem in the world, my sons, is that everyone should take care of their own business without meddling in the business of others. As long as we are thinking about other people's responsibilities, we forget about our own." Jesus fell silent, thoughtful, and a prayer of love and understanding completed the lesson. Again, that was number 36 out of Jesus in the Home. And today, I would like to share a prayer from a good friend of mine in Montana. So if we could all lift our hearts, shut our eyes, and receive this beautiful prayer. Eternal grace, lift our hearts and our desire to inhabit love. Lift our hearts and our desire to spread this love, to save this planet and its inhabitants from the icy grips of easy fear, the fear that manipulates, controls, silences, and makes small the human heart. O grace, O love, O Jesus, let us expand our hearts. Let us, through self-responsibility, notice our thinking, our behaviors, our sentiments, and assist us in striving to improve, eradicating the illusion of fear. inhabiting love, humility, charity, indulgence, so that we may shine a bright light to those in the darkness of fear and shame. Let us practice forgiveness in every moment, forgiveness of ourselves first, for those times that we allow ourselves to wrongly indulge in the lower sentiments that spread like wildfire amongst our family and friends, acquaintances and strangers. Let us inflame the others with love. Let us be beacons of love and teach us to rest in faith. And now I ask us all to send this cultivated love out to all of our brothers and sisters in Mexico, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, those still recovering in Texas, Florida, our friends in Montana with the wildfires. Let us all take a moment and send all of our brothers and sisters love, hope, faith, courage, strength. We thank you, Lord, for this opportunity to come together today, to strengthen our hearts so that we are stronger for those around us. We ask that we are able to remember this lesson in our hearts today and be those beacons of light that you ask us to be. So be it. Have a wonderful day, my friends.